Have you ever felt it? That quiet, nagging ache of disappointment when life doesn't quite go to plan? It's more than just a bad day. It's the persistent sting of an unmet expectation. The feeling that there is a vast chasm between the life you thought you should have and the one you are actually living. It can leave you feeling a profound weariness, a quiet sense of failure that settles deep in your bones. But what if I told you that this very weariness is not a sign that you have failed? What if it is a signal, a sacred invitation, a secret compass guiding you home to the most authentic version of yourself? This isn't about setting lower standards. It is about finding a deeper, more authentic source of fulfillment. It is about uncovering the hidden parts of yourself, the ones you were taught to push away that are now desperately calling to be seen. In this video, we are going to explore the revolutionary idea that your deepest frustrations can become your greatest strengths. Through the timeless wisdom of Carl Jung, we will learn how to turn the pain of disillusionment into a powerful tool for self-reclamation. This is a journey from weariness to wisdom. So take a slow breath and let's begin. And so we begin the journey from weariness to wisdom. But to understand the wisdom hidden within our disappointment, we must first understand the disappointment itself. Where does this profound ache truly come from? The story of our unmet expectations is the story of the roles we were asked to play, the story of the masks we learned to wear so convincingly that we forgot they were masks at all. Once upon a time, we learned a script. We learned that love and approval were conditional, and so we began the performance. Perhaps your first role was the good child. You learned early on that your worth was tied to your achievements, good grades, perfect behavior, making your parents proud. You learned to suppress any part of you that was messy, rebellious, or imperfect in exchange for the warmth of being called good. So you carried that mask into adulthood, the need to achieve, the fear of failure. Or perhaps your primary role was the perfect partner. You learned that your value was in your ability to create harmony, to be the peacekeeper, the nurturer, the one who always understands. You learned to silence your own needs, to swallow your own anger, to avoid conflict at all costs. You became an expert at anticipating the needs of others, while slowly forgetting that you had any needs of your own. Or maybe your mask was the invincible professional. In a world that demands competence, you learned to be the strong one, the one who has it all together, the one who never shows weakness. You learned to suppress your vulnerability, your exhaustion, your fear behind a flawless facade of capability. You became the person everyone could rely on, but you had no one to lean on yourself. Most of us, we have played all of these roles and more, and every single day we step onto the stage of our lives and begin the performance. This is the performance anxiety of daily life, the constant low-level stress of upholding an image, the invisible labor of managing expectations, both the world's and our own. But what is the cost of this lifelong performance? It is a slow, steady leak of your life force. It is a profound energetic drain. Think of it this way. A significant portion of your precious energy each day is not spent on living your life, but on maintaining the facade. It is the energy it takes to smile when you are sad, the energy it takes to say yes when your body is screaming no, the energy it takes to pretend you are fine when you are falling apart inside. This is why you are so tired. Your weariness is not a sign of weakness. It is the exhaustion of an actor who has been on stage for 40, 50, or 60 years without an intermission. And in order to maintain these roles, we must suppress any part of ourselves that does not fit the script. These are the banished parts, the selves we relegate to the shadows of our psyche. Our messy, non-linear creativity gets suppressed in favor of being productive and efficient. Our deep, primal need for unproductive rest gets suppressed in favor of being seen as hardworking and dedicated. Our inconvenient anger, our loud joy, our quiet vulnerability, all of these authentic expressions are deemed unacceptable for the role, and so they are pushed away. We compromise our own authenticity for the promise of approval. We become ghosts in our own stories, and the chasm between who we are pretending to be and who we truly are grows wider and wider. This chasm is the source of our deepest disappointment. The disappointment is not that the world failed to meet our expectations. The disappointment is that we have failed to meet ourselves. The life we are living feels hollow because it is not our own. We are living the life of the mask. But what happens when the performance becomes too heavy to continue? What happens when the mask begins to crack under the weight of a lifetime of pretending? This is not a breakdown, it is a breakthrough. The disappointment you feel is not the end of the story. It is the sound of your shadow, your authentic, suppressed self, finally knocking on the door. It is a call to reclaim all the parts of you that were left behind.
This is the breakthrough, the moment the mask begins to crack. And what is the force that cracks it? It is the force of a profound, unmet expectation. A disappointment so deep, it creates an earthquake in the soul. Perhaps it's a career you poured your life into that ends in a layoff or a dead end. Perhaps it's a relationship you nurtured for decades that withers into silence or ends in betrayal. Perhaps it's the quiet realization that the perfect family you tried to build still left you feeling profoundly alone. This moment of crushing disappointment, it is not an attack from the outside world. It is a signal from within. It is the voice of your suppressed self finally becoming too loud to ignore. And then one day, you stumble upon an idea that changes everything. It comes from the great depth psychologist Carl Jung. He gave a name to all the parts of ourselves we have disowned, denied, and pushed away. He called it the shadow. Now, this word can sound heavy, even frightening. We are taught to fear the dark. But I invite you to see the shadow differently. Think of your shadow as the unclaimed baggage of your soul. When you were young, you had to pack for the journey of life. Society, your family, your culture, they told you what was acceptable to bring. Pack your kindness, they said. Pack your compliance, pack your strength, pack your smile. But you had other luggage. The suitcase of your inconvenient anger, the trunk of your wild, untamed creativity, the duffel bag of your messy, profound vulnerability. Oh no, the world said, you can't bring those. They're too heavy, too difficult, too much. So you left them behind on the platform. You disowned them. You pretended they weren't yours. This unclaimed baggage, that is your shadow. It is not evil. It is simply unacknowledged. It is a collection of all the powerful, vital, and authentic parts of you that didn't fit the role you were asked to play. For decades, you have been traveling with only half of your luggage, and you wonder why you were so tired. You are tired because you are carrying the weight of a performance, and you are haunted by the weight of what you left behind. The paradox of the shadow is this: what we disown does not go away. It follows us. It calls to us in our dreams. It projects itself onto the people who irritate us the most, and it rises up when our masks begin to crack. This is the secret of your disappointment. Your unmet expectation is not a punishment. It is a sacred spotlight. The gap between the life you expected and the life you have, it perfectly illuminates the very piece of luggage you left behind. Let me make this real for you. If your great disappointment is in your career, you feel unseen, undervalued, passed over. The pain is real, but the spotlight of that pain is shining on the unclaimed baggage of your fierce, unapologetic ambition. The part of you who wants to lead, to create, to build. Your disappointment is her voice calling you to reclaim her. If your great disappointment is in a relationship, you feel unheard, disconnected, lonely. The ache is profound, but the spotlight of that ache is shining on the unclaimed baggage of your deep, vulnerable need for authentic intimacy. The part of you who refuses to settle for a life of performance and longs for a true soul connection. Your loneliness is her whisper, asking you to honor her. If your great disappointment is a feeling of burnout, of profound exhaustion, you feel you have nothing left to give. But the spotlight of that weariness is shining on the unclaimed baggage of your deep instinctive need for rest and being. The part of you who knows that your worth is not in your productivity. Your exhaustion is her rebellion. Do you see the pattern? The disappointment is not the problem. The disappointment is the map. It is your soul's compassionate, intelligent way of showing you exactly where the gold is buried. It is pointing directly to the unlived potential, the authentic self, waiting to be integrated. But why does it feel so scary to even consider this? Because we fear that if we open this unclaimed baggage, chaos will erupt. If I embrace my ambition, will I become ruthless? If I honor my need for intimacy, will I seem needy? If I allow myself to rest, will I become lazy? This is the great illusion. Jung's wisdom for today reminds us that the opposite is true. Suppressing the shadow is what creates chaos. It is what leads to explosions of rage, acts of self-sabotage, and lives of quiet desperation. Integrating the shadow, acknowledging these lost parts, and bringing their energy back into your life consciously, this is what leads to wholeness, to peace, to authentic power. You are not inviting chaos into your house. You are finally coming home to all of its rooms. You are reclaiming the parts of you that hold your deepest energy, creativity, and truth. So the question is not whether you should open the baggage. The question is, how? How do we begin to unpack these powerful, forgotten parts of ourselves safely and with intention? That is the sacred, practical work we turn to now.
This is the sacred, practical work. The work of learning how to read the map that your disappointment has so generously provided. This is not about erasing the pain. It is about extracting the wisdom. This is a path of navigating toward wholeness, using your authentic compass. And the first step in this navigation is a radical shift in perspective. It is the shift from blame to curiosity. For years, when faced with disappointment, our conditioned response is to look outward. He let me down. My company betrayed me. Life is unfair. This outward focus keeps us trapped in a cycle of victimhood and powerlessness. The shift we are invited to make is to turn our gaze inward.
to replace the question, "Why is this happening to me?" with the far more powerful question, "What is this feeling trying to teach me about me?" This question changes everything. It takes you out of the passenger seat of your life and puts you back in the driver's seat. It transforms disappointment from an external attack into an internal guide. And once you have made this shift, the next step is to begin the dialogue. This is where we use the powerful tool of journaling, not just to vent, but to investigate. This is a gentle, compassionate inquiry. Take a recent disappointment, a moment you felt that familiar sting of an unmet expectation. And I invite you to write in response to these prompts. First, what was the specific expectation that was not met? Be honest. Be precise. Did you expect a promotion? A certain response from a loved one? For a project to turn out a certain way? Second, beneath the disappointment, what other feelings are present? Is there sadness, anger, fear, shame, even relief? Simply name the feelings without judgment. Give them space. And third, this is the key. What part of me, what suppressed need or desire did this situation shine a spotlight on? Did the missed promotion reveal a deep, unacknowledged hunger to lead and have an impact? Did the silent response from a partner reveal a profound, vulnerable need to feel seen and cherished? Did the exhaustion from a failed project reveal a desperate, ignored need for rest and balance? This is how you decode the message. This is how you find the gold. And as you begin to identify these banished parts, the next step is to embrace a courageous vulnerability. This is perhaps the most difficult step for those of us who have worn the mask of strength for so long. It is the act of allowing our unacceptable traits to surface, even just to ourselves. It is the willingness to admit in the quiet of your own journal, yes, a part of me is fiercely ambitious. Yes, a part of me is deeply lonely and needs connection. Yes, a part of me is exhausted and needs to stop. This admission, this simple, honest acknowledgement, is the beginning of integration. It is the moment you stop fighting yourself and start befriending yourself. You are not endorsing these parts to run wild. You are simply allowing them to have a seat at the council table of your soul. You are allowing them to have a voice. And this is where we can practice a simple, powerful form of mindfulness. Let's try it together, just for a moment. I invite you to bring to mind a small, recent disappointment, just a flicker of it, and notice the feeling in your body, the tightness in your chest, the heat in your face, the knot in your stomach. Now, instead of pushing that feeling away or getting lost in the story of why it's there, can you simply be with it? Can you breathe into that tightness? Can you offer that feeling a silent, compassionate, "I see you"? This is not about wallowing. It is about metabolizing. It is about developing the capacity to hold your own discomfort long enough to hear its wisdom. This practice over time changes your relationship with disappointment. You no longer fear it. You begin to see it for what it is, a wise, albeit sometimes painful, teacher. This is the journey of developing your authentic compass. It is a compass built not from external maps of shoulds, but from the internal felt sense of your own truth. The more you practice listening to the messages in your disappointments, the more you integrate your shadow, the stronger that inner compass becomes. You begin to make choices not from a place of seeking approval or avoiding disapproval, but from a deep internal alignment. You begin to build a life that is an authentic expression of your whole self, not just the parts the world deemed acceptable.
This is the path to a different kind of success. A success measured not in met expectations, but in profound self-knowledge and unshakable inner peace. And what does that life, a life beyond expectation, truly look like?
And so what does that life, a life beyond expectation, truly look like? It is not a life free from challenges. It is not a life where you always get what you want. It is a life where you are no longer at war with yourself. It is the freedom of authenticity, the profound relief that comes when you stop performing, when you take off the heavy masks of the good child, the perfect partner, the invincible professional, and you simply allow yourself to be. Imagine the energy that is freed up when you stop performing. It is a sustainable energy, a deep well of vitality that was always there, buried beneath the effort of maintaining a facade. This is the energy that becomes available for your passions, your creativity, your joy. And you begin to have a new relationship with life's challenges. Future disappointments will come. They are an inevitable part of a life fully lived, but they no longer have the power to crush you, because you now have the tools to see them differently. You see them not as failures, but as feedback, not as roadblocks, but invitations to go deeper. Each unmet expectation becomes a powerful opportunity for a more profound self-understanding and a more resilient self. This is the reclaimed self. She is not perfect. She is whole. She is no longer defined by the script society gave her. She is the author of her own story. She moves through the world not with the brittle armor of perfection, but with the quiet, unshakable strength that comes from knowing and trusting all parts of who she is. The journey of shadow integration is not about becoming a better person. It is about becoming a more complete person. The whisper of disappointment has now become your most trusted guide. It is your authentic compass, always pointing you north, always pointing you home to yourself. If this exploration has resonated with you, if you feel a flicker of recognition in the story of the masks, I invite you to take one small, compassionate step today. In the comments below, share one small disappointment that you are now willing to look at, not as a failure, but as a guide. You do not need to share the details. Simply declaring your intention to listen to its wisdom is a powerful act of self-reclamation. And if you feel called to continue this deep, essential work, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are a community of fellow travelers walking this path of authenticity together. Now that you have learned to see the wisdom in disillusionment, are you ready to embrace the ultimate source of female wisdom that emerges from it? If you wish to continue this journey, I invite you to watch my next video, where we will confront the societal fear of the aging woman and reclaim the profound power of the crone archetype. In that video, you will discover that the phase of life we are taught to dread actually holds our greatest gifts: unapologetic authenticity, amplified intuition, and a wisdom forged in fire. Thank you for your courage and for your willingness to go deep. Be gentle with yourself. The journey is ongoing.